Hey guys, I'm AnnieChie's Designs and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a little later than I usually am with my annual year in review, but better late than never, I suppose. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into it because I'm really excited to talk about everything that happened in 2024. So we started off the year with working on my Sakizo Candy Tea cosplay. It was still a work in progress at this point and not a complete costume, and I really enjoyed the time that I spent working on these aspects. And then myself and Megwin Cosplay Team Annie May were guests at G-Anime 2024 and also Judge the Masquerade, and that was one heck of a show and was such a good time. I had a great time at G-Anime in 2024. And then I ended the month with my friend Go Beyond Cosplay, and we wore our original Link and Zelda cosplays for a photo shoot at Timeless Tree Studios, I believe the name is, at like a castle looking studio space for photos with Heavenly Visuals photography. And it was really cool to bring our like fan fiction versions of Zelda and Link to life this way. It was my first time ever doing a photo shoot in a studio like this, and also my first time working with Jules from Heavenly Visuals. There is an entire video about that photo shoot, and we still actually have to post some more of those photos, I think. There's still quite a few left, and they're all gorgeous. The month of February was a bit quieter, actually, and I mostly focused on working on my cosplays, namely Sakizo, and then also starting to work on the patterns for my Sun, or Sky Zelda, cosplay. In the month of March, myself and Go Beyond Cosplay were invited in our original Zelda and Link cosplays to attend the OVMF Zelda vs. Final Fantasy concert, which was a really cool experience, being in full cosplay, enjoying some amazing live music, and I finally got to meet Ocarina Carolyn for the first time. We also got to hang out with GDI Commander, who was there on the Final Fantasy side. March was also the first ever edition of Anime Ottawa, where I acted as staff with multiple of my friends, and also did a big Sailor Moon group with all of the Planetary Scouts present. Thank you so much to Sneaky Mimi Cosplay for inviting me into that group. It was a lot of fun. The month of April, I started back at my regular job because it is seasonal work, and I was also working on my Sun cosplay at full speed at this point. I was also a guest at Cape 2024 alongside some of my friends, and we brought back the cosplay competition. And I got to wear my Yona cosplay with Solette Cosplay's lovely Keisha cosplay for the first time, and I'm hoping we can wear them together again in the future because this was a lot of fun. In the month of May, I completely finished my Sun cosplay. Yay! And then it was time for Anime North 2024. Megwin and I decided to wear our Love Live cosplays together, and we put together a last minute skit, and it was really fun. It was an audience interaction themed skit, and it was my first masquerade back since WCS, so it was really fun to do something like this, and it wasn't a very heavily rehearsed skit. It was just a lot of fun, and we took home the best duo for workmanship in the Masters Division, so can't really complain. That was pretty awesome. And now into the month of June. We start off with YetiCon. A lot happened at YetiCon, and if you don't want to watch my vlog, the short and sweet version of it is that I got to wear my Ravio cosplay again, I got to wear my Madoka cosplay again, and I got to debut my Sun cosplay and then wear Yona once again. So I wore 4 cosplays in the span of the time at YetiCon. And I got to work again with Heavenly Visuals and Go Beyond Cosplay, this time up atop a mountain as a Link and Zelda. But it was also a ruse. It was a beautiful photo shoot, we got beautiful photos, but it was also a way to get me up on top of the mountain, gondola ride and everything, and to get Sam up there, where he got down on one knee and proposed in the sunset on top of the Blue Mountain at YetiCon, which is one of our favorite cons and it's like a very important place to us. So obviously that is one of the major highlights of the year, and I am still very excited about it, and I will be getting married in 2025, so that's something to look forward to. And then I also started working on my Rosie cosplay from Hazbin Hotel. July was another quieter month. Work keeps me pretty busy, so I can't attend too many events in the direct summertime. So I was mostly working on my Rosie cosplay in July. I believe that's when I made the hat for the cosplay. And then I also did spend a weekend away with some of my friends in Belleville, where several of our WCS Canada teams were all getting together to do a group rehearsal at a local theater in Belleville. This was honestly really fun because cosplay, the magical thing about cosplay competitions, and the World Cosplay Summit, no matter what level you're competing at, your local prelim or the finals in Japan, it's a lot of community and camaraderie. So we were helping everyone's skits improve, we were giving feedback, and it was really fun. Megwin ended up surprising me by attending with one of the Montreal teams that showed up as well. So it was a lot of fun. Megwin and I joked that we got the WCS participation experience without actually having to participate. But honestly, it was just this magical moment of, you know, that like all of these people are having a good time while competing in this competition. It was really lovely. Into August, Hackathon 2024. This was a pretty big weekend for multiple reasons. First of all, it was the debut of my Sakizo Candy tea cosplay, which I wore for a little bit on the Friday of this very hot convention, and found it was very survivable because I made it in linen. And I wore it alongside Melting Mirror Cosplay and Sue Creative Studios in their gorgeous Sakizo cosplays, which was just incredible. I admire both of these creators so much, so it was just really lovely to actually like get to like hang out with them and do a photo shoot like this together with Eric Perry's photography. I got to help staff the World Cosplay Summit 2024 preliminaries and got to interact with all the different teams, got to help them out. I did the interview portion alongside the organizer Shauna, and it was really cool to be in that part since I've been a competitor and now I'm getting to give back by staffing for it and volunteering. The entire preliminary was probably one of the most incredible ones Canada has ever seen, and congratulations once again to Team Dragon Moth, who absolutely killed it. They are such a wonderful duo, and I cannot wait to see what both of them do in 2025 in Japan. I'm very, very excited for them. And of course, the highlight of Otakuthon 2024, for me at least, was finally getting to meet one of my absolute best friends in person, Autumn's cosplay. I might have knocked her over like a bowling pin because we forget how much taller I am than her and I just right over, but it's okay, she forgave me, and it was just lovely. 2 years of online friendship, many calls over Discord and Facebook Messenger while we're working away on projects and stuff, and then we finally got to meet in person, and we were brought together because of the WCS and WCS community. And again, we're two people from the same country, so it's not like we met because we went to Japan together or anything. So it just goes to show you how beautiful that community can be at every different level. And it was just amazing to finally like meet her in person and be able to give her a real hug. And then also in this month, I was also just working on my Rosie cosplay because I wanted to be done by Ottawa Comic Con. September, the only thing of, there's a few things of note, but mostly is that it was Ottawa Comic Con 2024. And instead of staffing this year, it was my 10-year anniversary of entering masquerades. Since Ottawa Comic Con was my first masquerade back in 2014, I decided I needed to enter just to have my little full circle moment and be able to say that I did the 10-year span there. So I entered with my completed Rosie cosplay, which was all done and ready, and I did a skit that involved interacting with the MC and puns, and I think it was pretty well received by both the audience and judges, and I ended up placing a best overall in the Masters division. So that's for performance and for workmanship, which honestly I am super pleased with and very happy for that award. There was also some great downtime with friends at that con and just chill times in general. It was really lovely. October was another quieter month because I was really busy with work. It's very fast-paced work once the village is actually closed for the season, and we're working behind the scenes, and it is quick, it is fast, and we are tired. So I didn't get much done in the cosplay sense, but I did start to edit my video backlog because besides vlogs, I hadn't put much else out, and both Sun and Rosie were in need of a video pretty soon. So I got those both out, and both were very well received, and thank you so much for that. Next, into the month of November, I was challenged to make Marcel, a fancy version of Marcel, to match my friend's dinner party versions of both Fallon and Laios from Delicious in Dungeon. The challenge was to make it in under a month, and I managed to do it in 2 weeks. So I intended to give myself the entire month of November, but I only needed the first 2 weeks of November. So I got that costume made, I was really, really happy with it, and I got to also shoot it with my friend Marl's Cosplay. Who else did a shoot with my Sakizo in October, actually, now that I think about it. So we did have a photo shoot then too, but that was a very casual, chill hangout that I ended up bringing a cosplay to just in case we had time. So there was that as well. In November, I also started the groundwork for my next cosplay, which is Toon Zelda from The Legend of Zelda. From Wind Waker, not Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Minish Cap, a bunch of the different games use the same design. So I started working on her in November. Into December, I started struggling with the Canada Post strike and trying to work on my Toon Zelda cosplay because I needed supplies and they weren't coming. My sewing machine also went on the fritz, so I haven't had it since a week before Christmas, so we're still waiting as of filming this video. So I've had to pause on certain elements of that cosplay for a bit. And then I helped out a friend with a project they're working on that required people to be in person in cosplay. So myself, Go Beyond Cosplay, and Little Al all showed up, and then we also did a photo shoot. Myself and Go Beyond decided to wear our Lucifer and Rosie cosplays because we need to shoot those two together eventually. And Al is a really great photographer and the photos look really good. We just need to find a very good time to post them. So we took advantage of the moment to also get some really good photos out in the snow. And then I spent the rest of that month in holiday mode, to be completely honest. December can be pretty busy because I travel around a little bit for the holidays and such, so I have been taking it mostly easy. I got some beading done on Toon Zelda, but that's about it for December. Still pretty productive though. So let's look over my 2024 year in review summary of sorts. I made and debuted 4 new cosplays. I competed and placed in 2 masquerades, of which I got 2 awards. I attended 7 conventions. I guested at 3 events, 2 of which were conventions. I helped staff at 2 different cosplay competitions. I met one of my absolute best friends in person for the first time, and I got engaged in cosplay on top of the mountain at Blue Mountain Resort, which was pretty amazing. So all in all, 2024 was a pretty good year with some pretty major moments, and I will remember this year for a very long time. But what do we have to look forward to in 2025? Well, at the very beginning of the year, this month of me filming, I will be a guest at CSC FanCon, where I'm also judging the first ever Canadian selections for the Nordic Cosplay Championships. This will be on the weekend of January 18th to 17th. I don't know when this particular video is coming out. It is coming out in the month of January, so hopefully this isn't after, but if it is before the event, you can get $5 off your ticket with code AnnieChie's5. I will also be a guest at Cornwall Area Pop event in Cornwall, Ontario at the month of April. I will also be helping to judge their cosplay contest, and this will be April 26th and 27th, I believe. Cosplay-wise, I will be working on my Toon Zelda cosplay, which I'm very excited to show you guys. It's going to be cut up into 3 different videos focusing on 3 different elements of the costume, from the dress to the tabard and the accessories. Oh, and I'm also going to be getting married in April. So I've been very busy wedding planning and have been for the past few months. So if things slow down around that time or anything like that, that is absolutely why. Wedding planning is a lot of work. There are also some really fun and exciting things in the works that I can't quite talk about yet, but I'm very excited about going into 2025. So be sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and stick around to see what happens in this year, because a lot of things are in the works and it's really exciting. I'm going into 2025 feeling very hopeful, very optimistic, and being very excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I shall see you in the next video. See you later.